Guten Tag, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren. Es freut mich sehr, Sie hier begrüßen zu dürfen. Ich präsentiere 50 plus Döner.
Don't put threats in my chat, all right? What's happening already? Hello. We're 50 plus donor. This is not the energy we need actually going into this.
This is
because
not. Let's lock in.
Yeah, we
The
gotta.
Bundesliga's back, baby.
There we go. All right, the motherfucking
Uh-huh.
first league. Let's go, baby. It's finally here. I say finally. It feels like it wasn't even gone that long.
It really wasn't. I don't know what it was.
That
but
Club World Cup fucked up the vibes incredibly. Hold on. You have to stall because we realized in the pre-show that once again the Bundesliga does not have a web version of its fancy Bundesliga thing, so I'm having to improvise.
Oh, we're improvising. Okay, so you already heard we're gonna do a little bit of fantasy. At least that's the plan. But the big chunk of this show will be our predictions, our table predictions for 1 through 18. We're doing it all. So I want to hear chat. Who do y'all have as your Champions League teams? I'm very interested to hear. I don't know. We're still doing. Are we doing the table predictions again this year?
For Bundesliga?
Well, yeah, but like for the community predictions.
Did we do one last year? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, but we already have a prediction winner.
We do already have a prediction winner.
I'm gonna pull that up 1 second. Okay. Let's pull it up. We had our Pokal competition, so our first round prediction for the Pokal. It was incredibly competitive this year, I have to say. We had a 3-way tie for first. It came down to jump scare. Holy shit.
Jump scare.
Oops. We had a 3-way tie for first place, so it came down to that tiebreaker competition. How many goals were scored in the weekend, and the person in first was 1 goal off. That was very clutch. We'll get to it eventually. Also, by the way, Dortmund and Bayern for the first round of the Frauen DFB Pokal. I think they fixed that one. I think they might have fixed that one. Here we go. Not to dox them, but Simon Money was 1 goal off and had 26 correct guesses out of, I think it was 29. So they only missed it 3, and they're getting our coveted Pokal trophy. So congratulations. Lowest score we had was 10, and I think they were fucking around. At least I hope. Let's go over, first of all, this shit sucks. Let's go over just who's in the first league. And there's a lot of big-ass names in the first league this year. Out our Kiel and out our Bochum and in our Köln and in our Hamburg. We've got Heidenheim, Hoffenheim, St. Pauli, Union, Augsburg, the usual suspects above that. But this is going to be a wild year. What do you think, Plum?
It's going to be interesting. I am just very intrigued to see how half of these teams respond to last year. Because last year was a pretty down year for a lot of teams in the Bundesliga. For starters, 1, Leipzig. 2, Dortmund. Even though they finessed 4th place, they did it on the last day. The Gladbach have been down there for a little bit, so we'll see what they're feeling. A lot of the teams around mid-table would probably say they underperformed last year, so they're looking for definitely a lot better of a year this year.
I actually forgot Hoffenheim was that low. I forgot they were at literally almost relegated.
Hoffenheim were.
Also, this messes up the idea I had going into the table prediction because I thought Freiburg was in Champions League. I forgot Dortmund submitted their homework at the last minute.
Yeah, they submitted a homework at 11:59.
Incredible. We're just gonna. I know this is sacrilege. We are gonna skip Microsoft Paint just because the predictions are gonna take so long, and our fantasy thing. Look at the detail. Oh, you can't because it's not very zoomed in. Look at the detail. We have a section here. We have all the nightmare gauntlets for each team filled out. What?
Wow.
And then we have, of course, the all holy, the table itself, along with roller coasters, expected roller coaster. We got a big show for you today. So I hope you're excited. I know every fucking Bundesliga thing has done a table prediction, but are they going to be fuck ass like ours will be? Probably not. Can you pin the invite for the fantasy league? Sure. Once I figure out how to do that, sure. Wait, is the Bundesliga table not alphabetical when nobody has played?
It's in the order of how they finished last year.
Yeah. Which is actually pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
Shall we jump in?
We shall. I believe we shall.
All right. Let's knock this out first. Team to watch. We have 3 choices, which is rough out of... I feel like there's so many teams to watch in this, for both good and bad. Do you want rock, paper, scissors for who does first?
I'll let you go first.
Damn,
I'll go.
Wow, how gentlemanly of you. My team to watch. I think I'm gonna burn my first one on Eintracht Frankfurt. If you haven't been following the transfer window, I don't blame you because Club World. That's another thing Club World Cup kind of fucked up. Maybe we can get Eintracht Frankfurt transfers. Here we go. Transfer Mark, you have never let us down. Well, a few times, but these are some big acquisitions. I have to say. Getting Jonathan Burkhart, literally one of the main reasons that Mainz is even in a Europa League position, which they lost today in their qualifier. Ritsu Duan, who was a big reason Freiburg was even in the Europa League conversation. I've heard this guy's pretty good, Rasmus Christensen. Zetterer, because of Trapp leaving, I don't know if that's an adequate replacement, but we'll see. This is probably the best team he's played on in a while. He's gone, actually. That's... Oh, is it departures? And, like, these departures, for who they got, is not...
Not the worst.
Not the worst, right? Like, they've got
like,
center
Ekatike
forwards.
is going to be a big loss, but I'd say they got a suitable replacement with Burkhart.
Yeah.
And then everyone else, I don't think they're really going to miss, outside of maybe Kevin Trapp.
Yeah, Kevin Trapp is rough. Damn, only 1 million? Jeez. Huge for Etike. And they, like, how much did they spend this transfer window? They didn't even spend the full Etike money. And I imagine they didn't even spend the Marmouche money. So, Bag Collector FC really got out on a good note here. Dino Topmore, that's an awful picture of him. He's gonna cook again. I'm pretty excited to see what these guys are gonna do this year.
Okay, my team to watch number 1. It's not gonna necessarily be this team is about to burn the house down and look out for them. It's gonna be how the fuck are they going to play? I am very interested to see, and it is, as you have coined it, Bayer Leverkusen, because they've lost everybody.
Yeah.
As many people as
Wait, we gotta go to that for sure.
They are a completely new look team, from the manager to the staff. or not to the staff, to the players. They've lost.
Oh my god. Like
They
from
said
here
bye-bye
up,
to everybody.
yeah, whoa.
Verts is going to be huge. Frimpong is going to be a huge loss. Granite Shock is going to be. We're going to miss that one banger.
Oh yeah, his required banger a year.
His required banger a year. Prodetsky is going to be a big loss. Jonathan Todd was always solid for them in the back. And it's, of course, the big question is going to be Eric Ten Hag as well.
Yeah. He's already making excuses, so it's not looking good on that front. Excuses.
So I'm very interested to see what identity they bring to their matches. It's not going to be anything. I don't think they're going to be like huge contenders this year. But I want to see if they are still somewhat competitive in their matches this year. That's why they are my number one team to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like it would be. I don't think they're going to be bad. Like I've seen a few people rank them like mid-table. I don't think they're gonna drop that much, but I think they're gonna be barely top 6. Not to get into table prediction, but you're right. Like they've got a lot of holes that are like, especially Grand Jacques. I think is the biggest one. He provides so much leadership and whatnot to Leverkusen. He was a big reason why they looked like they're ready to fight every year of the invincible year, but we'll see how this team works out. We gotta read chat too. I've been rude. Xavi Alonso looked nice in his coaching debut in Spain. I'm gonna leave that to you to be. I didn't watch it. Shout out Live in La Liga Loca. Hardecki leaving is an upgrade for Leverkusen. That is true. They did get Flecken back, who used to be goalkeeper for Freiburg. That's a pretty big upgrade, so that part is good. But the other parts are up in the air. The people glazing ETH after a poke out, who was doing that? They were like not competitive in the last 15 minutes.
And whoever they were playing, weren't they down a man too?
Yeah, and they're a 5th league team, I think. So if you are glazing ETH off of that. Okay. They did lose 2 slow-ass dudes in Xhaka and Ta. But here's the thing, though. When you are a traditionally very fast team like Leverkusen, where you're trying to pummel people, you do need slow people to be the anchor. And those were 2 quality anchors. So, down 2 players, I am told.
Right.
So, second team to watch. Let me look at this real quick. Damn, I feel like it's gonna be another year where there's a bunch of really mid teams. You know, no, I don't even believe that. Do you have a team in mind? I'm really struggling.
I am kind of struggling as well. I'm trying to think of a team that finished last year hot.
Mine's finished pretty hot, but I think they're going to slow down this year too.
But I think especially since they've lost. Even though they finished hot in spite of Burkhardt slumping at the end of the season.
Yeah. And they have Amir Adri too, and he looks like he's ready to have a fucking year. He's already scored twice.
I could throw mine up there. They'll have to deal with Conference League as well now, right?
Yeah, they're already fucked. They're already gonna have to play 3 games in 7 days. They played the Pokal. They had their Europa Conference League game today, and then they're playing their season opener on Sunday. I'm gonna look at this before I say this. Is this year? Did they buy Amora? I'm gonna say Wolfsburg.
Okay.
I don't know. And if you are looking for a quality reason why, I don't got one. But I think this team is interesting because I feel like they're one of the teams in the league that like have so much money and they like build up talent and then they hit like a European competition and then they fall back off and then they keep building up. Like where did they finish last year? Like kind of mid-table, and they were kind of playing their ass off in the second half of the season. I do remember that. I don't know. I feel like because so many teams are gonna have to make up for the big year last year. Like some random team's gonna do really well, and I think Wolfsburg is gonna be the random team. Mainz is gonna look like last year's Heidenheim. Well, Heidenheim, I can already put you in your team to forget, dude. Heidenheim's gonna be. I think Heidenheim is our. Would you say both of our candidate for being in trouble this year?
Yeah.
I mean, they barely survived last year. Like, yeah, I think they're going to be the most in trouble team. Not to go jump a little bit. All right, third team to watch. Also, hey Doug.
What's up, Doug?
Third team to watch.
Third team to watch. I'm inclined to choose one of our two promoted teams.
I
don't know
was
one.
literally just about to say that. I'm gonna put Hamburg and Goat Team in here.
Okay.
Usually, when you have a promoted team, you're like, damn, they're gonna be fighting to be just alive in that, right? Not these two, dude. Like, not these two teams. Like, Hamburg have made some big splashes in the transfer window. Cologne has too. Like, this is gonna be one of the first years where you really cannot overlook the two promoted teams. They already obviously have experience in the first league, so they're not going to be like fumbling around. They've already got a ton of money too. Like, getting Yusuf Paulson is, I think that's going to fly under the radar. It's a really good signing. They didn't really lose, like they lost Selka, but you had to figure he was going to leave anyway. Like Hamburg, I mean, I don't see them I don't see them suffering. Like FC Köln has made some banger ass signings. These are two teams that are going to really make this league really rough.
The big thing I'm looking at for Cologne though is that they just sold Damian Downs.
Why'd you have to remind me? But honestly,
but the thing is that it's such a huge loss.
No,
for them
because they got Ragnar Ashe. That is an adequate. That is a very adequate replacement. That's the thing. I think all the people that Cologne lost they lost a ton of people. Don't get me wrong. Like, these are all pretty rough people. Well, except for tickets, obviously. But I think they adequately replaced those people pretty well this offseason. Popping in. Sorry.
I think I'm a 50+ agree with you and put both of them up there.
Bruh. Popping in fast to say hello. Have a great show. Great show, bro. And why are they... Angel City's playing on a Thursday night? All right. Fuck Jessica Berman, by the way. We don't have to get into that, but the NWSL commissioner is fucking up. Go somewhere else. 50-50 chance Augsburg has an amazing or terrible season. How many times do we have to fucking say that about Augsburg? It's like Groundhog Day team. Augsburg is going to get 1 goal against Cologne for every missed compliment. Skip that. All right, so we have both of our teams to forget. What is our one other team to forget?
Honestly, not even because they're going to have a forgettable year, but because I feel like it's going to be such a shoehorn that they're going to be top of the league that we can just forget about anything they're going to do, I'm going to say Bayern Munich. I feel like it's right now, I don't see. I think all the other teams in the Bundesliga are just too mid for Bayern. So I think we can just like put them to the side. They're probably gonna win the league. Yeah, that there's not much to say about that. It's a very unconventional team to forget, but like
you don't have to watch them too intensely.
Right, yeah.
I think people are going to be on your ass about that comment, but I will say, like, chat, who is going to challenge Bayern this year? Like, who is looking like a suitable challenge for Bayern this year? There's just such a big... It's going to be one of those years that Premier League fans use for the rest of our fucking life, because Bayern's going to win this shit by like March or something. But every other point in the table is going to be so competitive. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Team to forget. I don't want a 50+ agree because we've done it so many times. Chat is saying Bremen. Bremen is I think it's just inherently a team to forget. I'm gonna say it, and I know people are gonna be mad. Stuttgart. I kind of forgot the season they had last season also. I'm just not, for a team that like held on to Voltemade to death over the summer and let seemingly everyone else leave. I'm not really feeling Stuttgart, and let me get some proof to this before I get jumped. Like, none of these really move me in a way where I think they're gonna be like competitive. And they lost Milo. They didn't really lose anybody. Well, they lost a lot of depth players, I think would have been. And just like when you think about their season last year, they finished like 7th or whatever, or like 8th. Like I thought,
yeah, like 10th actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th.
I thought they would have had a bigger summer. So
they needed a bigger summer.
They needed a bigger summer.
You especially with Europa League, you cannot lose depth,
right?
If you're going into Europe.
So I'm not too high on Stuttgart. Of course, who knows, right? But it seems like Stuttgart lost a lot of their ambition from when they finished like fucking second 2 years ago. Like all of a sudden they're cool with being like mid-table and barely making pokals. Like I don't know. I can already feel chat getting ready, but these are two pretty, considering our first team to forget. These are some two crazy teams to forget.
These are two crazy teams to forget.
Honorable mention for Bremen. Bremen's gonna have a real year this year. Actually, let's look at that real quick. I mean, they already lost in the pokal to Bielefeld, so that's already starting off awful.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
So
they've signed 2 people. And then okay. starter, sort of starter. Great bench player. He's back to Leipzig. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So Bremen's going to be in some problems. Pray for Bremen. VfB had such a hard UCL draw too, and still nearly made it to the playoffs. Yeah, but then they didn't put more gas in the tank. Like I think I don't know. I'm not high on them. They broke the bank to sign 2 guys. Yeah. Ducks to the kit. A lot of Bundesliga players left for the championship this year. I'm really surprised. And Premier League. It is
Premier League, yeah.
Champions League 2 years after promoted was a step too far. I agree. how VfB squared away the manager situation early to not buy more players. That is also very true. They're like they chased after I only remember his last name because his uncle worked for Bayern. Honus. They fucking made sure that dude didn't leave and then didn't arm him. So Bielefeld hasn't lost in the first round since 2020. I believe that. Furthest to go in the Pokal. Obviously, Bremen cannot be a choice in here.
Bremen's already out. I don't know. Bayern doesn't really care about the Pokal.
I think they do, but
they probably will this year because they've been out in 3 rounds or less the past like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, wait. We've also got. Let's look at this. They have not had Pokal success this decade. Oh my goodness! As soon as in the middle, I have a fucking scorching take. This might be the hottest take that has ever hit 50+ donor. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Kovac is a cup coach. Okay. I think Kovac literally is going to drag these motherfuckers to, like, the finals or something. I don't know. I think you can't overlook it. Dortmund's going to fucking struggle because they've got me and you as their back line right now. But,
Yeah.
like, Kovac knows how to coach in the cup. I'm just going to put that out there.
I think... Yeah, this is diabolical. This is diabolical. They have not made it past the quarterfinals
That's so
since
pathetic.
winning the treble. The year they won the treble was the last time they made it past the quarterfinals.
Bro. That is so sad. Anyway, my bad.
In the interest of time, I think I'm gonna just pick Frankfurt.
That's a good shout.
I feel like it's gonna be one of the teams that's gonna be hovering near the top, even though it was Stuttgart last year. We finished 9th. But I feel like the people that are gonna be around the mid-table this year are gonna be too inconsistent to really be doing much in the Pokal. I feel like they'll come up against Slim Reaper Arminia Bielefeld again.
Dude, Bielefeld, I mean, considering so many first teams made it, they're all going to have to take themselves out in some way or another.
Right.
Bielefeld's just going to be sitting there, man. Matchup to watch. Finally, this is a hard question. We have so many derbies back.
We do. I feel like there's only one answer though, and we get it week 2.
Yeah,
we get it week 2. I feel like that's got to be in the first league for the first time in how long? Is it the first time ever?
No, not first time ever. Poly vs. Hamburg H2H. Shout out to this extremely sketchy site that is really good at H2Hs for some reason. The last one was 2016. Oh no, 2011.
2011
in the first league. Damn. Wait, I didn't realize it was that long. I knew they had played in the first league at some point, but 14 years?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That stadium is going to be fucking rocking.
That's appointment viewing week 2 next week, and it's a Friday game. We will be here.
Which we should announce now. We will be here quite literally. We're doing watch along. Got to do it for tomorrow, and we're doing a watch along for this game for sure. So, fuck with us. I am unfortunately gonna have to be biased. This derby is full of hatred and evil. I think we missed it last year, especially because there weren't many derbies. I know I did, unbiased. But I think because Köln is going to be coming in so strong, and Gladbach is kind of a mystery team this year. Like, people aren't really sure if they're going to be good or bad or not. Like, this might be legitimately competitive. So I'm a little excited to see what's going to happen here. Furthest in Europe. Now, this is good. This is an interesting question.
This is an interesting question because we have. So our Champions League teams are Bayern, Frankfurt, and Dortmund. Our Europa League teams are Freiburg and Stuttgart.
And then Mainz European Conference.
And then Mainz's Conference League.
And they're already down a goal, so.
And they're already down a goal, right?
Definitely Bayern, Chad is saying.
That's the easy thing to agree with. I don't want it to be that easy for me. You know what? I think it's going to be something similar to last year where two German teams go out in the same round of the Champions League. I don't know if I'm going to rerun Bayern and Dortmund, even though they're the two best equipped to do that. Just because of the, well, depending on who comes back in time for Dortmund. Mm-hmm. Also, depending on who comes back in time for Bayern, because they're dealing with some injuries as well.
True.
But I'm gonna take the fun answer, and I'm gonna say Freiburg.
You're a motherfucker, dude. Because that is exactly what I was gonna say. Dude, Freiburg, okay. Champions League, forget Champions League. Because you have to remember, Bayern and Dortmund were playing their number ones in Club World Cup. And that shit ended a month ago. And they're already back to playing Super Cup and all this shit. Come the fucking last few rounds of the Champions League, like November, these dudes are going to be dragging ass. And I think that's gonna bite them in terms of progressing in Champions League. I think we're gonna get a lot of random teams in Champions League doing well this year, especially because of the new format too. That also,
yeah. But
for some reason, German teams just fuck up Europa League. I don't know what it is, and Stuttgart could be a good. If I didn't say it was their team to forget, Stuttgart would be a good shout. But like Freiburg attacked this transfer window heavy. In fact, let me bring this up since we keep bringing him up. Because they obviously lost Duan, which sucks, but I think they had gotten they got Suzuki. They kind of knew that was going to happen. So, and Anthony Jung on that's a nice like veteran piece on their end there too. And like none of these guys, I think they're really going to miss in terms of leaving. So, Michi Bat's going to go wild in Europe. Oh, yeah, because he's on Frankfurt now. Frankfurt's a good shout, too, actually. But Frankfurt's in Champions League. Wait. I'm going to put Freiburg/Frankfurt. No, I don't. Never mind. All right. Before we go into our actual table predictions, this was a great idea by me by not doing MS Paint, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going to look at each team's Nightmare Gauntlet. If you're new to the show, our Nightmare Gauntlet is, you know that point in the season where it feels like you're playing 5 games in a row and they're the hardest games of the season? We looked through the schedule and we've gotten the Nightmare Gauntlets for every single team in the first league. We'll go through it real quick. Augsburg, they're kind of spotty. Like, they don't really have a lot of games in a row that suck. They might have 1 or 2 in a row, but not like Bayern. At this point in the season, right? They'll be playing Frankfurt, assumedly Champions League. Dortmund, assumingly Champions League. Their bogey team, Gladbach. Leverkusen's going to be not as good, but you still can't overlook them. And I think Union's going to be a pain in people's side this year. Not necessarily good, but a pain in people's side. Bremen, you could just put everything, but this is actually the start of the year. So when the schedule resets in January, it's not half and half, right? Like it's not going to start exactly on the 17th game. So they're actually going to start 2026 with Dortmund, Frankfurt, Leverkusen, Gladbach, Freiburg, Bayern all in a row.
Right.
Yikes. It's the Fugerstetter's year. If Augsburg makes a top 6 position, I will buy an Augsburg jersey and wear it every day of the summer. There's no chance. There's literally zero chance. Anyway, Dortmund kind of gets easy. Freiburg, Gladbach. Wait, what?
Freiburg, Gladbach, and Frankfurt.
There we go. And to a certain extent, Dortmund as well. Frankfurt, Bayern, Freiburg, and then this is around Champions League, so really they don't really have a lot of nightmare gauntlets. Freiburg, very similar. Gladbach, Freiburg, Leverkusen. You're going to see them a lot. I've started to realize there's a pattern to the schedule, I think. Freiburg got Gladbach, Freiburg, Leverkusen, and it should be European. I think the worst is probably Hamburg. Not Hamburg. This is rough as fuck.
Frankfurt, Freiburg, Leverkusen, Gladbach. Ooh.
St. Pauli, and then Bayern.
That's to end the year and start the next year, right?
Yeah. So they're going to have that all in a row. Hoffenheim also's got a rough one. And Wolfsburg's got a rough one. But out of these, what do you think is the roughest one?
I'm inclined to anybody that has midweek matches, be it Europa League or Champions League or Conference League, is automatically going to have a test of depth. So I'm inclined to be biased towards those being more difficult. But also, if we're just taking the one stretch of just Bundesliga teams, it's going to be probably Hamburg or Bremen because they're one of those two, because they're those two that end your year and start the January portion of the season is you're going to have to come out of the winter break on your A game pretty much.
I'm going to push for Hamburg actually, just because St. Pauli kind of sticks out there, but that's your rivalry game. Right. You want to win that, and you're going to be pushing 100%. And then you have Bayern the next week. That fucking sucks. That is rough. But I think in terms of ability, this is gonna crush Bremen. Dude, if Bremen gets a point out of this, that would be a fucking miracle. All right, it's time.
It's time.
The moment of truth. Where did I put the teams? Okay, yeah, we can just. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here, bruh. Here we go.
We can 50+ agree on number one.
Yeah, this is an easy one. In fact, all right. now that that's out of the way, that's good. That's, I think, already cleared up. All right, now we go into 2 and 4, which I think is not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. I will say number 2, I will put Eintracht Frankfurt.
I'm actually going to work from the bottom because
okay.
I think I know my teams that are going to be at the bottom. Put Heidenheim down here. And, who knows, right? Anything can happen, but they're not set up for success going into this year, right. I gotta say. I feel like this is the quick 50+ agree that is going to set up a major backfire. Who the fuck is going to... Yeah, I mean, I think the closest... Beeflem is right. I'm also going to put them in second. The closest is Frankfurt, I think. And even that gap is fucking huge. And, I think Bayern, because of what I said about Club World Cup, is going to struggle a little bit. But struggle for Bayern means, a draw here and there. I don't really think they're going to collapse in the way that I think a lot of people are expecting them to. But
Hey, if we're wrong about Bayern, I will put my hands up and be glad that I'm that wrong. Like,
right, people are gonna clip it and be like, "Oh, you thought Bayern was..." Bro, I'll be out in the
Bro.
street celebrating. So.
Before I do have to put Augsburg at 15th.
Their usual position.
Yeah, their usual position.
I guess not last.
I did make a deal in the Discord earlier with esteemed chatter ZD Smith. I would put Augsburg 15 for him. So there's no analysis behind that. That's just what it is.
Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. No. You don't have to. I'm gonna put Bremen down here too. I just don't see a way out for Bremen. I think it'll still be close. Obviously, like the reverse Meisterschale is always a good one, but
I don't know if I put Bremen. I put Bremen 16th.
Who are you putting 17th?
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Conference League for Augsburg this year, brother. You need help. You need a lot of help. Conference League. Now that I'm gonna get clipped on for sure.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and put Dortmund in 3rd place.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like this year's gonna be so fucking crazy.
I feel like once the back line gets healthy, I feel like we'll see at least a similar Dortmund. Not exactly the same Dortmund that we saw to finish the season last year, but at least a similar one.
Did you say once, as in like guaranteed the day that they get healthy? Do you wanna revise that statement?
Once at least 2 defenders get healthy.
I was gonna say if you're waiting for a healthy Dortmund, you're gonna be like the skeleton meme circle, like spinning around in the death chair. I'm gonna have to put St. Pauli down here too, but not because I think they're gonna be bad. It's just there's gonna be someone who gets either in relegation playoff or relegated who should not be there. But this is just going to be such a competitive year, I think.
It is.
Because I've been avoiding saying this because I know Jake's a Leipzig fan. I think them not being in a European competition actually makes them way more dangerous this year.
It absolutely does. I think I'm gonna put St. Pauli in my 17. Like most State Dazzle was saying they can't score goals, and you have to be able to score goals.
And I don't really think they got a goal scorer this summer either.
I don't remember how they did in Pokal. I feel like they were one of the teams that scored a good amount of goals, but they were also...
I think they had struggled for a little bit.
They signed a League One striker. Right, so...
Where are they? They played
the... no, they went to penalties after a 0-0 draw. Yeah, they're not.
To the 5th league team, dude.
They're 17th.
They could have easily lost that game, too.
I remember that game because everybody was allergic to scoring until like the 4th penalty taken.
Last time Leipzig didn't have European football. They finished second. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Leipzig with rest is going to be a little scary. I'm not going to lie to you. Why is everyone so bullish on Union? Well, we haven't even put Union on here, brother. Let's get Union. I have to build up a little bit. 15.
I have to fill out my table a little bit.
15th. You know what? Just to not 50 plus degree all the way, I'll put them at 14th. But who am I putting in 15th then?
That's a great question.
I think Union is booty. What has their transfer been like? And I get it, like HEF Pod, which you should watch HEF Pod. They're gonna have an awesome year this year. They've got the content game going already. decent, right? They're okay.
They're okay. I need to see.
Oh wait, no. Who was the person they got who was playing their ass off? One of the people they were playing. Oh, Ilyas Ansa. That motherfucker's gonna be a problem. That guy was carving up that Pokal game. Who did they lose though?
Hollerback.
That's bro. Can we talk about going from Burkhart to Hollerbach? Nah, brother. And the fossil of
Kevin.
He's gone.
I think you may have to put my Augsburg back. By the way, I think you cut it instead of copied.
Oh my bad.
You're good.
What did these motherfuckers do? No fucking way. That's a real
burger.
Water Burger. Shout out Texas. I don't hate any of these though, I will say. So I don't think they're going to be particularly high. I'll put them in like 12th. 15th.
Oh, no, never. Who are you putting 15th?
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put Hamburg. They lost 2-0 against Heidenheim at home for the start of last season. I don't think a potential loss to Dortmund will offset anyone. Yeah, I think they're kind of expecting to not really win that game.
Yeah. I feel like I want to fill out the top before I reach the bottom because I feel like the top is going to be a little more. I, unfortunately, will probably have to be putting Leipzig at 4th place.
Oh, are you a Leipzig fan? Yeah, let's see you motherfuckers make fun of them for that.
They don't have European competition, and that makes them scary.
Even with like a little bit of a depleted, because they're gonna lose Simmons. Like I don't think Simmons is gonna. They lost Sheshko, but like here's the thing: they lost a lot of players. Only this guy and this guy were really starting.
Mm.
Whereas they got, they've got some young ballers again. That's the most dangerous thing about Leipzig. You've never probably heard of any of these guys. They're gonna fucking play their ass off in the first season. I guarantee.
They're gonna cook.
So actually, I'm gonna put them 3rd. Jake isn't.
What a read. Anyway.
Just choose another fucking team, Beeflin.
I'm gonna put Freiburg at 5th once again.
Nkunku, what the fuck happened to him? He's living the same fucking life as Timo Werner. Timo Werner literally
injured reserve at Leipzig, or not at Leipzig. He's been riding injured reserve at Chelsea. That's the one.
Damn. So he really is just Black Timo Werner.
Yes.
Called it, ha 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 ha. I'm gonna ban you once I get to Discord. Time for my super hot, scorching hot, burning hot, super crazy shot in the dark. Wolfsburg 5th.
Ooh.
They have ballers. They have a better coach, and every other team is going to be mid. And I think they're just primed to be scary. I don't have a lot of faith in that, but I just feel evil emanating from the Volkswagen outside of my apartment. Not to dox myself. I'll choose another.
I should mention, I think there's probably going to be like 4 or 5 points separating 2nd and 8th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tight. I'll put. Dude, ironically, you know what the craziest team to me that I think is gonna really shift a lot of what I think about the table is fucking Dortmund. I don't know what to make out of Dortmund. They could be 4th, they could be 8th. I don't really fucking know. Hoffenheim will be the first to fire their coach. Hamburg's up there, bro.
I think I'm a 50+ agree with Leverkusen at 6.
But then that would mean I'd have to put Freiburg 4th, and I don't believe that. I'm going to shift these down. No, do I really think Leverkusen's going to miss out on Europe? Fuck no. Absolutely not. The Gladbach disrespect? Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, let me get Gladbach out of the way. I think Gladbach would be okay. Shift up? I can't in good faith put Wolfsburg in 4th. I'm just going to have to put Dortmund here.
They'll submit their homework at 11:59 again.
Huh?
They'll submit their homework at 11:59 again.
Oh, absolutely. In fact,
because they're doing it during the transfer window.
I'm also, another hot take, go team solidly mid-table. Actually, I feel like I'm just filling mine out right now.
Yeah. Oh, we got 10 minutes too anyway.
Who else is left on my list?
7th, just missing. Who do I have up here? Bayern, Frankfurt, Dortmund, Leipzig, Freiburg, Leverkusen. I think I will put Wolfsburg
in 7th?
In 7th.
Copycat.
Hey, man. You sold me.
I'm a Volkswagen dealer.
Mine's at 7th. Who says no? Me.
Oh, I forgot to put Mainz on here. Whoa.
I will say Stuttgart 8th.
Who is the team I'm missing?
You are missing.
I got Augsburg.
Freiburg.
Oh, I can see Freiburg in 7th. Wait, didn't I put them as their team to watch? No, I didn't. Okay, never mind.
Oh, so it's just me. I have to knock this out.
I already filled out my table.
Wolfsburg, Stuttgart. Then we'll go Mainz. We'll go Köln. We'll go Gladbach. We'll go Union in 12th. Then we will go...
You got Hamburg. And...
Hamburg in 13th. Hoffenheim in 14th.
I don't like Union at 13th. Bro, where do you think they're going to finish? I think 13th is very fair for them. They've got a team of 20-year-olds, basically. And then let's real quick... We have, obviously, our predictions. But sometimes 4th can still be a chaotic position. Roller coaster... What would be the scale for this? Out of 10. 10 is like Raging Bull on one wheel and parts of the track are broken. And 1 is like a kiddie. Like a baby's first roller coaster. Wait, we should probably split it up between me and you, huh?
Yeah.
I think we can put Bayern... I'm going to put Bayern at like a 2.
I would say a 4. I feel like they're gonna have some trip ups that are gonna make us go, ooh, but then they'll ultimately just handle business.
Frankfurt, this is going to be a very, very chaotic 7th second.
Oh yeah, from here it's gonna tail off. It's gonna be. I feel like I would put an 8 here. Nothing's gonna be below an 8 from 2 to 7. I will not lie to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Because
yeah,
look at the
you're
teams
right.
I have. I I feel like any of these teams could finish either in Europe or just like missing out on the final day.
These
Outside of like
Neverkusen,
Frankfurt.
these
But I feel like
Neverkusen,
Frankfurt was make Europe still. I feel like they're the most likely to be
yeah.
like solid in there.
Someone in chat said these Neverkusen predicts I see aging like fine milk. Like in what way? They're still gonna be top 6. I think they're gonna be very happy about that. That's not bad. Like I feel like, especially considering they lost probably their best. I wouldn't say best ever player, but like one of the best players in the world. I think 6 is top 3. That I cannot agree with. That is where I hop off the bus. Especially with that moron they've got as a coach up there, I don't see it. I don't see it. But hey, if it does age like milk, it wouldn't be the first time. I think. Wait, I had a crazy position last year that didn't work out. Oh yeah, I said Leipzig was gonna win the league. So.
Yeah.
Leipzig's gonna get 3rd, but they're gonna have to fucking earn it. That's gonna be a 9 on the roller coaster. And for Dortmund, I don't even think I need to hear your rationale. That's gonna be
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, Dortmund, that's gonna be a 10. I think we're just
9.
Wolfsburg, I think it's not gonna be as much of a roller. I think they're gonna like, especially because they don't have like a lot of expectations. I would say, I think they're gonna get like 5th, and they're gonna be just cool with it. I don't know. How about you for Freiburg?
I'll say 7 for Freiburg. I feel like it could go any way possibly for them.
I think I'm gonna give Leverkusen a 10 because of what
Agreed.
Banana Clip was saying. I think everyone else doesn't expect anything from them. I think they are expecting a lot from this year. I think just inherently having a former Premier League coach automatically puts you up on the roller coaster expected. I think there's going to be an insanely chaotic year.
I would agree with the 10.
Yeah. Freiburg, I don't think it's going to be that chaotic. I think they're only going to be down here just because it's going to be so hard for them to play in Europe and compete in the league. Even though they kind of shut that down last season. No, wait, were they in Europe last season? I think they got bounced out really quickly.
23-24 they finished. They were not. They were 10th.
Okay, so that kind of fits with what I'm saying then. I think it's going to be rough, but I think it's going to be pretty low.
I think 23-24 they were in Europe. Yeah, they were in Europa League 23-24 and they finished in 10th place.
Cuz why? They didn't win the call that year, did they?
21 20. No, I think they played. Leipzig was in Champions League. They played Leipzig in the Pokal. No, but then
they lost that. I don't think.
Oh, so Leipzig was in Champions League and won the Pokal. Freiburg were in 6th, so they got the.
Oh, I think
they got the Europa League spot. So 21-22, Freiburg were in 6th, got the Europa League
I was looking
spot.
at 2023-2004. That was what I was saying about. Yeah. Okay. What do you say for Wolfsburg?
7.
This is going to be a cool mid-table. If Goat Team finishes that high, that's going to be a chill 8th place.
Stuttgart, I'll give a solid 6.
Yeah, I feel like Stuttgart's own ambitions, allegedly, is going to put them at an 8 for me.
This is going to be a very boring 9th for Mainz, I believe.
Yeah, I think they kind of got to accept fate a little bit. What are you saying for Goat Team?
5.
Gladbach, I'm
10.
not sure, dude. No. I don't know.
Because I feel like, once again, I'm going to repeat the same thing I said last year. Measuring stick team.
I mean, we naturally put them mid-table, so. But I don't think that, like, stresses them out, though. Like, do they
I
really
feel
think
like-
they're gonna make Europe with Sione? I know they almost did last year, but then they faltered out.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'm just gonna do middle of the road 6. I'm gonna go down. I think since we only have a minute left, I think out of everyone on the bottom, Bremen's gonna have the roughest relegation. Like that's gonna
Yeah.
be really painful for them to go through. Google HEF pod, and now I'm trolling a bunch of home scores. I'm not looking that up.
What?
I'm not looking that one up. What do you say about what team is going to suffer the most in this like contact category? Who's getting a 10 down here?
Heidenheim.
Really? You think they're going to suffer doing that?
Yeah.
Well, as we said earlier in the show, we are doing a watch along tomorrow for Bayern Leipzig, and we're doing a watch along next Friday for St. Pauli Hamburg. Fantasy Bundesliga, I'll take care of it. I'm gonna invite everyone. We do have a league for it. I will send those out. I promise. I just need to have some fucking free time, which I don't, which is why I have to jump off real quick.